First of all, please click the subscribe button, like this video. I appreciate any support. This is really designed to help absolute beginners pick up playing guitar right away, okay? We're not going to mess around. We won't go into some of the details. We're just going to get you playing and just having fun right off the bat today. Okay, so we're going to learn E chord. Alright, it sounds like this. So let me zoom in here on the fretboard so we can talk about a few things. First thing I want to talk about is the position that you hold your hand. Okay, you don't want to be like this, a baseball grip. Alright, and really, if you're sitting here like this with a guitar like this, you're really not in a good position, because look where my hand is. Okay, I'm reaching down here in this position. Okay, so I recommend that when you're first starting off, it's a classical position, really, where you put the guitar on your left leg and you prop this knee up, usually on a stool or something. You'd have the guitar up like this. This brings the guitar neck up in a much more natural position. If I'm like this, I don't have the proper room between my fingers and the fretboard here. You're going to want all the strings to ring out nice and easy. As you get more advanced, you'll find it easier to do this, but as a beginning, make it easy on yourself. So really, when we play these chords, your thumb should be mostly behind the neck here. It gives you lots of room here. You need this room, the space to move. If you're choked down like this, you're not going to get the chords to ring out right. Like I said, as you get more advanced and more used to these shapes, you can then start to make corrections. Also, when I refer to the first fret, I mean anywhere in between the nut and that first fret wire. A lot of teachers are going to tell you, oh, you got to play right up close to that fret to get the best tone. And that's true. To get a good tone, you want to be up there close to that fret. But in the beginning, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It really doesn't. As you get more advanced in your skills and your technique advances, it'll be a lot easier just to adjust these little minor things to make it sound better. But for right now, just forget about it. Anywhere in there is just fine. Second fret, anywhere in there. Okay?
Okay.
So keep that in mind. Keep your thumb behind the neck. We're going to play an open E, the low 6th string. Play that open. And then we're going to take our middle finger in the 2nd fret on the 5th string right there, and we're going to press down. And let's go ahead and take the ring finger and place it on the 2nd fret right underneath the middle finger on the next string. Making sure, again, that you're coming straight down onto that string. If my thumb is up here and my finger's like that, it's going to be hitting those lower strings. We don't want that. We want it coming straight down. Straight down on those, so that we're only hitting those 2 strings, and this little string underneath it here can ring open. On that 4th string, we're going to put our index finger on the 1st fret of the 3rd string right there. So now we've got these 2 on the 2nd fret and the index finger on the 1st fret of just this string right there. Now hit all the strings. Sounds nice and even. Okay. If you hear any kind of buzzing or dead notes, 1 string at a time, so you can pick pick out the culprit here. We don't want to cheat. We don't want to just go like, okay, that sounds good. No, 1 string at a time. Wait, that one's sounding kind of buzzy. What's going on here? Am I not pushing down hard enough? There we go. Push down harder. It might hurt at the beginning. You know, your fingers will get used to it, but you're going to develop these little lines in your fingers. You're going to have these. You know, it's just part of playing the acoustic guitar. They will get used to it. You will get calluses over there, and it won't hurt anymore. And your fingers will be fine. But you got to make sure you're pushing hard enough here. And hit all the strings. Oh, that one's making a funny sound. What's going on here? I need to investigate, okay? I could feel this open string here hitting this finger here and making that sound. So what I need to do is I need to rotate this guy out of the way. Move him up a little bit. Shift him so that he's not touching that string. It might be difficult and it might take you some time, so you might need to spend 5 minutes just working out this one chord, but I want you to do that. I want you to get it right, just right. Then we're going to take that, once you get a nice, beautiful sounding chord, you're going to relax the pressure. You're not going to take your fingers off the strings, you're just going to release the pressure. It should sound like that, where it's just, you're not hearing the notes anymore, you're just hearing a th-th-th-th-th. And then go ahead and apply the pressure again. You're going to do that over and over and over again. You're going to get used to this idea of on and off. What you're doing is you're training your fingers to apply the appropriate pressure over and over and over again by repetition. Once you can do that several times in a row, you've got this E chord down. We're playing an E chord. Let's talk about strumming. Okay? This arm is just going to keep a steady up and down. What I'm doing is I'm choosing when to hit the strings and when not to hit them. So I'm going down, then my arm comes back up. I'm pulling the pick away from the strings a little bit. Not hitting them on the way up, but then I'm moving them in again towards the string on the next time down. Notice my arm is a steady motion going up and down, but I'm only hitting the strings on the downstroke. I'm holding the pick just like this, okay? Put the pick on your fingertip as if it was just like that. And bring your thumb over the top, almost perpendicular, with just a little bit showing. We don't want a whole lot of pick showing. Just enough pressure where it's not, loose and you're not going to drop the pick out. But not so much that you're clamping it down. Just a nice, even pressure. And allow this whole forearm to kind of drive the wrist. Even though the wrist is relaxed, this forearm is the driver from the elbow. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Don't be too hard on yourself. You'll get better. You'll get better over time. Alright, let's work on our second chord. It's going to be A. So A is going to remain open. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this E shape that we just had, and we're going to just kind of move the fingers up one string. And then instead of adding this index finger down here in the first fret like the E was, we're going to take the pinky and put him on the same fret on that next string. Okay, so we got open, open, second fret, second fret, second fret. And this last E string is going to be open. And we'll start picking from the 5th string, because that's the open A. That's going to be our root, our bass. Now again, one string at a time, no cheating. Uh-oh, what's going on here? That one doesn't sound right. Well, let's take a closer look here. Well, I think that this pinky is hitting that string there. So what can we do? Well, notice how my thumb is up here, and I told you to have it back here to give yourself more space. A lot of beginners will make this mistake. Thumb's up here, which is causing my wrist to move upwards, which is causing these fingers to be resting against the strings. So what do? Rotate that thumb under, and while I rotate that thumb under, it pushes my wrist out, which pushes my hand forward and gives me more space. That's what I need under here, is more space. Now once you got that sounding good, let's do the strum pattern. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Don't be too concerned with the strumming at this point, okay? If you can't get that down, up pattern, don't worry about it, okay? Just strum. The point is to relax your hand and use this arm with your wrist in a relaxed motion to just kind of just drag this pick up and down across the strings. Don't worry about it too much. that's all you need to do today, okay? You just played 2 chords and made them sound good. So what I recommend is intermittent practice. Just take a break right now, go do something else for a couple hours, come back to this later, and then see if you can remember how to do this. If not, rewatch the video, go through it again. The first several times it might take you, a couple days to get it down. But once you do, it's just going to get easier and easier and easier. Okay, so it's better to take a break now, go do something else, come back to this, try again. And you might have to rewatch the video and start all over again, take 5-10 minutes to do it right. But that's okay, it's repetition. If you can do it 3 times a day, in the morning when you wake up, find some time, 5 minutes to go grab the guitar and try to get home from work or whatever you're doing. Grab the guitar just for 5 minutes, real quick. Do an E chord and an A chord. More often you can go back to this and program these chords into your mind, the quicker you're going to get it. It's better than sitting here for an hour playing this over and over and over and over again, because you're not going to get the benefit, because you're going to forget the next day. And then you're going to start all over again anyhow. So it's better just to spend 5-10 minutes doing it. You might pick this up really quick. You might have this down in one day. Okay, so then at that point I want you to practice switching back and forth between the two. And it's not about how fast you can move between the 2 chords, it's about doing it in an even manner. So if you can't switch the chords between E and A real quick, don't strum it like this, go and then stop and then strum it nice and slow. E, 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 A, A. Music is so much about the space in between the notes, the rhythm. Rhythm is so important that I don't want to gloss over it in these early stages even. I'd rather you play slow and evenly and rhythmically right from the get-go than to try to be in a hurry and be able to make quick movements but that are out of time. So many students try to rush things. They'll say, oh, I got this, okay. And it just sounds choppy, it's not musical, it's not fun. So I'd rather you play slow and steady and feel it and enjoy it. Okay, it's not a race. There's no hurry. And right now you should be able to play 2 chords, nice and slow. And you could play a whole song. You could write your own song using these 2 chords. Write a bad song. Everybody who's ever written a good song has written many, many bad songs. Think I'll sit down and write a song. I don't know how it's gonna go, but hey, I'm a beginner writing a song. This is my song. So have fun with it. It doesn't have to be good. Don't be hard on yourself. It's all about having fun. Okay? So there's your homework for this week, is to play the E chord. Again, I'll go over them real quick. Open E, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then index finger right here on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. And then move that thumb out here so you get them coming straight down on top of them. Push hard and play all the strings one at a time until they all ring out. And if they don't ring out, then you got to find the culprit. So one of these guys is either hitting another string, is not pushing the string down hard enough. That's really all there is to it. And then transition to the A chord, which is really just moving these 2 fingers to the next strings. Lift them, pick them up, move them down a string. Instead of using your index finger behind it, you're just using the pinky on the same fret. And you got to kind of squeeze them together. If you got fat fingers, you're going to have to kind of pinch them together a little bit so they all fit in there. And just back and forth. Back and forth between those chords. That's all you got to do. And you're playing. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're playing. And hope you're having fun. Because that's what it's all about. See you next time.